This is the Sunday Motivational Video. Every Sunday, we bring you a different type of video, which should improve your life. Today, we're looking at 15 things you should never apologize for. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. It's great to have you here today, especially since it's going to be a very interesting video, focused mainly on the relationships you have with others. Life is complicated, and we have a tendency to complicate it even more with our thoughts and our actions. There are moments in life when we feel that the world might be against us, and you see that in the actions of others as well. And occasionally, it simply feels like you exist for the betterment of others. Although it might not feel good in the moment, there comes a time to stand your ground and make choices that directly impact your future, even if this means you're going to lose some people along the way. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Here are 15 things you should never apologize for. Number 1. Saying no when you need to. It seems to us that people have a hard time to say no to others, either due to the power hierarchy in their lives, or they simply do not want to present themselves as self-centered. There's a lot of power in the ability to say no to things that don't feel right for yourself. The problem with not saying no to things that you don't want to do is you end up doing and hating both the activity and yourself or the position you find yourself in, when you would rather be somewhere else. You should never feel bad about saying no in order to focus on yourself or on something that is important to you. But what if I seem disagreeable, Alux? It means you've finally taken control of your own life, and it means you can focus on your own stuff. Studies show that disagreeable people dramatically outperform agreeable people in both their professional and personal lives. Being what only you consider a nice person at the expense of everything else is just a dumb trade you should never make. Start saying no and stop feeling bad about it. Number 2. Wanting to be better. There's a specific type of pressure or attitude you'll get from people when they see you struggle to better yourself. They'll not want you to succeed, because if you do, that means they are a failure by comparison. They will mock your attempts and push their own agendas or beliefs. These people could even be your friends or family members trying to stop you from pursuing your goals and instead try to shift your actions towards mediocrity. You can do better if you put in the time and the work. There are countless examples of people who've made it out of environments way harsher than what you're dealing with today. The sad part is, these people who will try to hold you down are exactly the type of people you would need to support you, and on some deeper level, you'll feel heartbroken. But please remain focused. Good times are ahead. Number 3. Leaving toxic people behind. Sometimes you have to cut old friends off. Life happens. We each make our choices, and sometimes you grow into different people with different values and different expectations. Life is a lot more enjoyable when you're surrounded by people who are actively trying to push you forward and for whom you would do the same. You're just growing your wings, Aluxers. You don't need people holding you down as you learn to fly. If you're the first in your circle to make it, offer your help to others to bring them up as well. But be careful, not everybody is willing to fly with you. Number 4. For your success. There's a weird trend going on these days where some people shame others for the success they've achieved. That's the last thing you would want, to feel bad about being successful in life. Our culture has a weird way of evolving. We should be celebrating success with every opportunity we have, because it doesn't come easy. For everyone that makes it, there are usually another 9 people who tried but weren't smart enough, focused enough, disciplined enough, or simply didn't have what it takes to make it. Successful people create wealth not only for themselves, but also for those around them and their environment, so we need more of them. There's a really great quote by Jay-Z on his last album that we implemented here at Alux as well, that goes, "Here we measure success by how many people successful next to you. Here we say you're broke if everybody's broke except for you." Do not condescend others, but inspire them with your example. Some people will get it, while others will remain ignorant in their own mediocrity. Number 5. Not giving an F about other people's drama. People create non-problems in order to keep themselves busy from actually dealing with the things that matter in their lives. There wasn't a time where this is more accurate than today. We live in a reality TV type of existence where people will focus and spend their time on the dumbest things. Actually, you should stop giving a F about many things and shift your priorities altogether. We're currently traveling around the world to film a new special for you guys, and the first book we crushed on our trip is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. We found it to be a really interesting and easy read, which bashes most of what self-help books preach. Here's a quote from the book we liked. "No truly happy person feels the need to stand in front of a mirror and tell herself she's happy. She just is." The regular price for the audio version is $24, but if you go to Alux.com/freebook and sign up, you can get it for free. You're welcome, Aluxers. Number 6. Spending your hard-earned money on the things that you value. You need rewards in life to keep the game interesting enough so you keep playing. We use rewards to motivate ourselves to do better. Without these milestone rewards, you would just lock yourself in a room and trade your time for money, playing for an imaginary high score. Good luck living a happy life that way. You should never feel bad about spending on things that you find valuable for yourself. The catch is to identify the difference between a good spend and just wasting money. It's a subtle but important difference. We found from personal experience that we get the most out of traveling to different countries. It's one of those things where the farther you go, the more you learn about yourself and the world around you. The ROI is almost always positive. Number 7. Asking for something to be corrected. Life should be put in order, and we all have a duty and obligation to do our part. Things tend to have a weird ripple effect, where if left unbalanced, it'll eventually crumble and do a lot more damage. It's one of those situations where people might be reluctant to speak out in order to not go against someone of higher authority, but in doing so, you're doing everyone a great disservice, including yourself. By not correcting things you have the power to correct, you are morally guilty for the damage the downfall will cause. Number 8. Asking for help. Life is complicated, and you're not going to have all of the answers all of the time. Not only is it okay to ask for help and guidance, it's actually a mandatory part of your existence if you wish to make progress quicker. What's the alternative? You'll make all the mistakes yourself, repeatedly, until you figure out half of a solution. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's why you build your circle right, so you know you can rely on them when you need to, and they know they can rely on you. For every problem you'll encounter, there's someone out there who went through the same thing and can tell you the quickest way to navigate it. You're not a special snowflake. Your circumstances are not unique. So do the smart thing and seek help or guidance so you can focus on the important things. Number 9. Telling the truth. Not telling the truth is a dangerous place to find yourself in. It's a never-ending spiral that only brushes the shit on the floor under the carpet. The shit's still there, you're just pretending it isn't. You should never apologize for telling the truth, no matter how dirty it is. Once it's out and everyone knows it, you can start dealing with it. telling the truth is a great point from which to completely restart your life, because if you live the truth, there's nothing else that can control you. Slightly on topic, if your life is kinda shitty right now, there's a really exciting book called In the Buddha's Words, an anthology of discourses from the Pali Canon. I know it sounds weird, but we promise you'll find it really enlightening. Some of you may know PewDiePie. As fellow 9-year-olds, we actually got the recommendation from one of his videos, where he said he found it to be one of the most useful books he's ever read. If you don't find the book in your language, you can go to Alux.com/freebook, and once you sign up, you can get the audio version for free. Number 10. Things you can't control. It's always fascinating to us how much time some people spend focusing on things they cannot control and allowing them to dictate their lives. If it's out of your control, you are not responsible for what happens. All you can do is prepare yourself and react in a way that minimizes the damage. A couple of weeks ago, we did a very deep video on the things you can't control in life, which you can check out by clicking in the top right corner. If you haven't seen it already, it'll help you make sense of why some things happen and how to make the most out of the things you can actually control in life. It's definitely worth the watch. Number 11. Taking me time. You can't go 24/7, 365 every year until you die. You'll burn out, and that's no fun for anybody involved. Sometimes we just need to take some alone time to recharge or deal with personal things. It's not a matter of not being there for other people, but as the flight attendant always says, you need to take care of yourself first and then put the mask on your children. The first step to helping others is helping yourself. So take that me time and don't feel bad about it. Come back when you're stronger and ready to take over the world. Number 12. Loving someone. You can't help who you fall in love with because love is something that just happens. Sure, you can grow a relationship, you can build layers on top of layers, but that initial spark, that happens without you realizing it. There are different types of love. There is love of children, love of self, love of God, love of a partner, and at the end of the day, they're all about passion. When things come from a place of love, you should never apologize for them. Number 13. Where you come from. You are the result of your environment. You are born and infused with traditions, beliefs, and experiences which are highly different from everyone else. You don't have a say in where you're born, and nobody is able to hold you accountable for such a thing. Instead, we focus on the path we choose to take, one of growth, one of building yourself, and you move on through life. It's not yours to say where you were born and how you were raised, but you bear the responsibility for where you live and how you raise yourself from that ground up. Number 14. Calling someone on their bullshit. Want to help someone? Call them out on their bullshit. Help them realize that they are actively eluding themselves, even if that person is yourself. That's what we try to do with our Sunday videos. We try to never shy away from speaking our mind in a way that could make you confront reality for what it really is. Although it might sound harsh sometimes, it's the best gift you can give someone if you do so in a constructive way. This ability to detect bullshit is a surprisingly valuable skill, which can make the difference if you're going to be successful or not. We made a video called 15 Skills You Need If You Want to Be Rich, and we've hidden this one in the bonus fact. Click in the top right corner to watch that video. Number 15. Your quirky passions. We wanted to end this video lightly. There are so many of us living on this tiny rock, all the result of millions and millions of variables and iterations of evolution. Some of us will be slightly different than others. We'll have slightly different passions and interests. As long as you're not hurting anyone and your passion feeds your soul, go for it, no matter how weird it might be. Did you know that Queen Elizabeth II catches bats as a hobby? That there's something called extreme ironing, and some people in the US enjoy mooing? You can Google these things for yourself. All in all, you should start standing up for yourself and do what's right for you in the long run. We're curious to know, Aluxers, what's one thing you regret apologizing for in life? Leave your answer in the comments below, and as always, the best ones will get a reply from us. Oh, you're still here, are you? Haven't said that one in a while, have I? Because you're watching the video until the end, here's a bonus item just for you. Number 16. Swinging for the fences. There are only a few small windows in your life when you'll find yourself in a position to make a giant leap forward. Some people never take those shots. It's better to swing and miss than never swing at all. The odds may be slim, but the reward at the end makes that "what if I do make it" worth it. The community we built here at Alux is phenomenal. We enjoy receiving your emails and messages on Instagram about the way your journeys are going, the struggles you're facing, and the successes you've won for yourselves. We want to leave you with this. If you have the opportunity to go for it, follow the Nike slogan and just do it. Risk it and start the business. Start that passion project, because you never know. Maybe you'll hit it right and make history. If you're a true Aluxer, please write "history" in the comments. It's always fun seeing people freak out why the comment section has weird words repeated over and over again, without knowing what our little secret is all about. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.